Good afternoon everybody, Colin here with iReviews.com, and today I'm going to show you how to dual boot your Windows PC. So I'm going to go ahead and turn mine on, and you'll see it come up on the screen in just a second. You probably heard it start up. Okay, so you get the Windows Boot Manager when there's two installed. We're going to go to Windows 7 or Windows 8.1 first, because that's where what I had on it first and what I installed it from. Now I did have, when I built this computer, I did originally get Windows 7 with it, so I have a Windows 7 key. You will be required to have the key and installation media of the version of Windows you want to install. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and log into Windows 7 here. And let that log in. Excuse me. And if I type in the right password, we might get in. Okay, there we go. So I really don't use anything on this computer, like I don't use mail or Skype or anything like that. I just have a few games on here. The only time I ever use the internet on here is for downloading stuff for my games. But I do have a few programs on here. I got some free games from the store and stuff like that. And I have Steam on here, which is going to start up, because it's set to automatically start, so I'm just going to exit this. And we have all the stuff here. This install Windows right here is from when I installed Windows 8.1 from Windows 7. It's on the computer, because it was a download, because I downloaded it from Microsoft, and have the key online, so I don't have an actual sticker key for that. But I had Windows 7 on a disk. So what you're going to want to do is, I found that if you boot from the disk, it won't install properly. So we're going to go to Control Panel, and we're going to go to we're going to go System and Security, and create and format hard drive partitions, and you will get this little pop-up box. Now this is pretty confusing to deal with, but what you want to do is you want to right click on this, click shrink volume. You can't delete the whole thing, it's not going to let you, at least as far as it shouldn't let you. But this, you shrink the volume. So I wanted this partition right here, which is where Windows 7 is, to be 100 gigabytes. So I shrunk this one by 100 gigabytes, and then got 100 gigabytes of free space on this partition. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to insert your Windows 7 install disk, which I will do now just to demonstrate what you want to do on here, on the Windows 8 side of things, or the Windows 8.1 side of things, whichever you're running. So I just put that in the disk drive. And just click up here, and you're going to want to run it, and then agree. And it's going to load the installation stuff. You can boot from this disk, but it wouldn't let me install it onto that partition for some reason, but it would let me from this. So that's going to pop up. You're going to click install now. I'm not going to actually install anything, I'm just going to show you where you would go. So it's going to copy the temporary files. It's going to load in full screen, kind of like you're in Windows 7, but you can still get to the Windows 8 stuff. This takes just a second. Okay, and it's going to start the setup, which is like the little installer. And then I'm just going to show you how to install it on that one partition. So you're going to want to do, you can choose whichever one you want. I'm just going to click that so we don't have to wait for it to get updates for something we're not going to install. Now you don't want to click upgrade, because that's going to erase, that's like if you're upgrading from Windows 7 to Windows 8 and you're only doing one install. You're going to do custom, and then you're going to, it'll let you label your partition with a little letter. So my partition is that's the system reserve, that's Windows 8.1, and then the 97.7 gigabyte one is the one I made to install Windows 7 on. So you're going to click that, and you're going to click next and go on like you're just installing Windows normally. But I'm going to quit that because I don't want to install it twice, because that would mess it up. So now I'm going to go ahead and shut down the computer, and we're going to go to Windows 7, and I'm going to show you what you have to do there to get things going. So when you first install it, you are going to have to, it's going to keep going to dual boot and give you the choice between, it's going to say, I'll show you here in a second when it comes up. Okay, see, it's going to do this, press any key to boot from CD or DVD, because it's in there. It's all the Windows 7 CD in there, so we're going to take that out. But this would say, I'm going to cancel that so it doesn't auto select for me, but you're going to get a choice between Windows 7 install and Windows 8.1. If it doesn't go to the Windows 7 install automatically, you're going to keep wanting to go to Windows 7 install, because it's going to need to restart to install stuff. So you just want to, don't start to Windows 8.1, just keep going to Windows 7 until it's fully installed, and then you can choose what you want. So to go to Windows 7 instead of Windows 8.1, you just hit enter. And it's going to, excuse me, it's going to start Windows just like it would normally. And we are in. So just log into Windows 7. It's just like you're running Windows 7 normally. Nothing different about it or anything. You use your own Windows 7 password. Sorry if you hear the garbage truck going by outside. Trying to keep this video to around 10 minutes. Easy to follow along while you do this. Okay, so now when you get into Windows 7, I personally, first thing was went to personalize, change desktop icons, and I added computer network recyclement was already there in control panel, because computer you're going to need to go to. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure Windows is activated, which it'll come up there, it comes up in a second. So Windows is activated. Second thing you're going to want to do is if you have your graphics card, if you have one, you're going to put the driver installation disk in for that. You may need drivers for your Ethernet adapter or your wireless card to get the internet to work. So if you have, you can see I'm missing those two. If you have your motherboard driver installation disk, you're going to want to put that in and install those drivers to get these two. I'm not using either one of these, so I haven't installed them yet. Wasn't a priority. My wireless card, you can see, is working. You're gonna want to go to Windows Updates, because that will also help with some drivers. And if it says Windows is up to date and you just installed it, make sure you click check for updates, because you're gonna have to force it to check for updates. And once you do that, it's set up and ready to go. And then you just boot like I just showed you. Everything else is working normally. And it's just like running Windows 7 or Windows 8, you just choose at the start screen. So this has been Colin with App Reviews. Thank you for watching. Have a